Today I want to talk about confidence. Are you confident? Do other people think that you come off as confident? And if not, how can you change that? So let's talk about that today. Hello, friends. Welcome back. We are having an unseasonably beautiful warm day today. I think it's almost 50 degrees out, so I figured I'd spend some time out here in the backyard, just kind of surveying the damage from winter. It's funny because people often tell me that I come off as really confident. And that always kind of cracks me up because I'm no more confident than the next person. I have all the same insecurities and struggles that everybody else does. I'm not super confident in my own skin. I've gained quite a bit of weight over the last 2 years that I'm not particularly happy with, so I don't feel like I look my best anymore. I have way more imposter syndrome than I care to admit most days. I'm not making the kind of money that I feel like I should be at this stage of my life. And I definitely do not have it all figured out. Though I do have some things figured out, which is a plus, I'll say. In fact, the only thing that I feel that I can confidently say I know I am amazing at is that I know I am a damn good mom. That's about it, though. So when we're talking about confidence, I don't have any more of it than anybody else does. But I do apparently come off as if I have a lot of confidence. And I think that I know why that is. So why do people see me as being really confident? I think that it comes down to that I know what I'm all about. I know what my intentions are. I know what matters to me. And I know that my intentions are good and pure. Knowing all of that allows me to be confident in my actions, even when I'm not confident in myself. And that is a giant piece of the puzzle. This wind is crazy. I decided to come stand over here between my old chicken house and my shed because the wind is really whipping today. And I'm tired of having hair in my face. So what I mean by that is, when it comes to being a boudoir photographer, I know that experience can be incredibly transformative. And for me, that means that I talk about it with tremendous confidence. And here, let me give you an example of what I mean by that. I know I talk a lot about how our external can affect our internal. So, for instance, if you walk into your kitchen and all the flat surfaces are covered with clutter that you just haven't put away, you feel many times a little more anxious and a little more overwhelmed than you do after you clean all those countertops off and put everything away. Suddenly, once the kitchen is uncluttered, you feel less anxious and more able to focus. Well, boudoir photography has that same kind of transformative ability on our emotions. So when you see yourself looking confident and sexy and comfortable in your own skin, which is my job to make you look in your images, then you feel more confident and more sexy and more comfortable in your own skin. It's a transformative kind of experience, and I know that. And because I know that, I can speak about it in a really confident manner because I know how powerful it can be. The same thing goes for massage therapy. I know that touch is powerful. I know that the relaxation that comes from a massage is scientifically proven to happen. I know that has benefits for stress. It has a big influence on our mental well-being. And because I know that, I can speak about that with confidence. And I know that my motives are to help people. Same with boudoir, actually. My motives there are to help people. So I can talk about both of those subjects with absolute confidence. Even my glass business, while it doesn't have the same kind of transformative possibilities behind it, all art has a certain amount of psychological power behind the color and the structure and the way it looks and the way it affects us. I know what looks beautiful. I know what other people think is beautiful. So I'm confident in that business and in those processes, so I can talk about them confidently. So if you want to come across as more confident, how do you do that? There's a couple of ways. One is to get really, really clear on why you are doing what you're doing. Now, obviously, we all need to make a living. We know that there are financial aspects to all of the things that we do in this world, right? If the financial aspects are your only motivation, then you don't come off as confident, because people see that. People can see when all you want is to make money off of them, right? When your motivation is to help them in some way, whether it's to help them feel better physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever, people see that too. And that comes off as quite confident. So getting really, really, really clear on why you do what you do matters. You also have to get really clear on what it is you hope to accomplish with what you're doing. For instance, this YouTube channel. What I hope to accomplish with this channel is to help make somebody else's life better in some small way. Whether it's to help you build a better business, whether it's to help you get your life together, whether it's to help you figure out how to balance everything that you have going on, that is my primary goal. Now, would I like to eventually make some income off of it? Absolutely. That's a given. Because at a certain point, it is a lot of time and energy on my part. And if I can find a way to allow that to help pay my bills as well, then that's additional motivation to keep going, right? But that's not why I started the channel. I started the channel to help people like me who don't have it all figured out, who are still trying to figure some of it out. Maybe you have a little bit figured out and you need some help to get further. And I feel like we can all learn and grow together. And that's my primary motivation for this channel. So why are you doing what you're doing? What is your primary motivation? Is it just financial? Because if so, maybe it's not the best thing to be doing. And maybe that's why you're not coming off as confident. And lastly is to get really clear on how you bring value to people. So in my boudoir example, the value is that I help people to see themselves clearly, to see themselves in a better light, to feel about themselves the way I see them and the way other people see them. Because oftentimes we are our own worst critics. I see myself as overweight right now, but there's a lot of people who probably don't. I'm sure there are people out there who think that I'm perfect just the way that I am. And I very much appreciate those people, since I'm not one of them at the moment. All in all, I think that looking confident comes from people realizing that you're doing things for really good reasons, for people seeing that your motivation is more about them than it is about you. And I just think that makes a big difference in the world. It makes a big difference in how others view you. So, yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. Being viewed as confident isn't about how you feel. It's about how you make other people feel. What can you change that will make other people come away from interactions with you feeling amazing? Because I think that is the primary key. What you doing, baby girl? What's the girl doing? Are you a good girl? Yes, you're a good girl.